Hi, I'm Lngx. Welcome to the first video of my in-depth series where I'll go into detail about all the weapons within Apex Legends. As this is the first video, I would like to point out this information is subject to change as a result of any future weapon balancing. So let's jump right into it and begin the series by looking at the Peacekeeper. The Peacekeeper is a quad-barrel lever-action shotgun. Although the bullets travel significantly further, this weapon is intended for use in close-range combat. Fortunately, due to the nature of shotgun ammunition being easily found around the map, you are unlikely to run out of ammo, which can be an issue with some of the other guns. The Peacekeeper shoots 11 pellets, each doing 10 damage to the body. Taking into account reloading between shots, this gives the Peacekeeper a maximum damage per second time, or DPS, of 110 to the body. The Peacekeeper has a 1.5 times multiplier to the head, which can increase the maximum DPS to 165. Currently, aside from the Mastiff, every other weapon has a separate damage profile for leg damage, where the pellets are reduced to 8. As you will notice, an indicator pops up on screen to show you which pellets have hit their target. In this case, red for body shots and yellow for headshots. You can change the colours within the game settings if you have a preference. Aside from 2 pistols, every other weapon has 2 magazine reload times, an empty and a chambered, when there are still bullets in the magazine, reload time. The Peacekeeper has a 3.5 second empty and a 2.5 second chambered reload time. Where possible, I would recommend taking advantage of this nearly 30% faster chambered reload time. To show you the recoil, the simple wall test can be used. Firing at a wall from 8 meters away, you can see the 11 pellets come out in the shape of a star. And again, the indicator pops up to show you which pellets have connected. In this case, the indicator color is white, which is the color for a hit marker. As you can see, the Peacekeeper suffers from no recoil whilst using hipfire. Now, aiming down sight, I found there was actually a small amount of recoil, as you can see here. In testing, I found there to be no benefit in aiming down sight. Damage was more reliable, as well as avoiding ADS aiming delay and ADS movement penalty. Until you get the precision choke attachment, there is no need to aim down sight, and I'll go into more detail about this later. The Peacekeeper suffers from minimal idle sway if you are aiming down sight. All the weapons within Apex Legends are projectiles rather than hit scan. The Peacekeeper has a projectile speed of 16,000. I wasn't able to find a reliable way to test this figure, but the number is useful to assist in gauging how much you would need to lead shots when shooting at moving targets at range in comparison to other types of weapons. The Peacekeeper has an effective range of 100 meters. What this means is after 100 meters, you no longer receive the headshot multiplier. Let's look at some weapon handling stats. The Peacekeeper has a drawn time of 0.45 seconds and a holster time of 0.4 seconds. These times must be taken into account when you put away your weapons to allow yourself to move faster during the game. The Peacekeeper has an aim down sight time of 0.22 seconds and an aim down sight out time of 0.2 seconds. Whilst weapons are holstered, you are able to move faster. In testing, when you have a weapon out, I found that movement and strafing speed was the same regardless of the type of weapon you are armed with. There is a weapon-specific penalty applied only when you aim down sight, in this case of about 10% whilst aiming down sight. Loot comes in common, rare, epic and legendary forms. Legendary attachments have the same basic stacks as epic loot, but comes with various bonus benefits. Available weapon attachments for the Peacekeeper are shotgun bolts, which increase the fire rate. The higher the quality of the attachment, the bigger this increase in the fire rate. 4 different optics can be attached, 3 fixed 1x optics and a variable 1 to 2x optic. Optics are a personal choice, and the iron sights on the Peacekeeper are reasonable, so some people may prefer to go without an optic. The final attachment for the Peacekeeper is the precision choke, which reduces the projectile spread. This charges up in 3 stages, simply by aiming down sight, each step further reducing the projectile spread. The charge remains for a short time and decreases in 3 steps once fully charged. This attachment makes headshots much more reliable and significantly increases the power of the Peacekeeper. Until you can equip one, generally it is better to aim for the body unless you are very close. The Peacekeeper is a beast of a weapon, especially if you enjoy playing aggressively. In this clip, whilst taking advantage of Bloodhound's increased movement speed, I was able to close the gap and did the majority of the damage as my team takes down the enemy squad. As you can see, as I had no precision choke, there was no need to aim down sight. The Peacekeeper is very powerful early game, but does drop off a little later unless you have the precision choke. The gun does have some weaknesses. Unless you have the precision choke, due to bullet spread, the gun does less reliable damage than most of the semi and fully automatic weapons at mid and long range. Also, with no way to increase the magazine capacity, you're really punished if you miss your shots. As I prefer playing aggressively, this is possibly my favourite weapon in the game. Hopefully you enjoyed and learnt something from the first video of my in-depth series. Please subscribe for the latest videos and hit that like button. What do you think of the Peacekeeper? Please let me know in the comments below.